Well, good morning. It is Monday. What a wonderful weekend we've all had. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Um, I'm keeping an eye on LinkedIn at the moment on the right hand side of my screen, so if you see my eyes disappearing off there, then you'll know what I'm looking at. But my name's Simon Hague, and I'm going to be your guide for the next 7 minutes. Why 7 minutes? Because it's a nice start to the week, an absolutely incredible way to get going. So, let's have a think about what we're going to be covering today. I'm going to be exploring a model which I've put together called the Peak Performance Model. And this Peak Performance Model has 6 elements for us to think about. And each one you could probably write an essay on best performance. So I'm going to outline them for you first. Maybe a bit of homework between now and next week is to look at these and think about how they interact with you and the way that you do your work. So the first one, diving straight into it. Identify peak hours. Now, what do I mean by identifying peak hours? We all perform at different times of the day. We all have times when we're good at detail, or we're good at creative stuff, or maybe we just need to relax a bit, we need to switch off. So being able to identify what we do at different times of the day is actually really critical in becoming effective and becoming better at performance. So for example, myself, I know that mid-morning, 11 till 12 o'clock, usually 11 till 12:30, creativity-wise, that's my best time of day. So I will try and put all my creative activities on for that time of the day. Similarly, in the afternoon, I find that maybe some of the more mundane activities, and forgive me, accountants, but accounts fit into this, fit into that. Number 2, prioritize critical tasks. Uh, there was a well-known book about eating frogs that came out, and I must admit, over the years, I've really engaged with this because the concept is you tackle your big and most important and most challenging tasks during the peak hours and also when you have the energy to do so. Get it done first. So it's a slight adjustment of that, but the idea is that you dive head on into getting those difficult tasks, those critical tasks done first. The third one is, hey guys, we need to rest sometimes. Forcing yourself to work 24 hours a day or 16 hours a day continuously for a week is not going to do you any good. So to maintain your peak performance, what I'm suggesting is that we look after ourselves. We give ourselves a break. And I've spoken before about the Pomodoro method, which is basically you work for 25 minutes and then you give yourself a break for 5 minutes. And giving yourself a break for that 5 minutes allows you and invites your brain to just cool down and maybe just start thinking about some of the other things which you need to be doing as well. Now, sometimes you are in flow and sometimes that is a challenge to do that. But I'd invite you to inject short scheduled breaks into what you're doing because you'll benefit from that. It's not a weakness, it's actually a massive strength being able to identify how you work. The fourth area, I'm calling it minimize distractions. Now, this really came to me the other day. I was on a webinar that Enterprise Nations ran, which was about Feng Shui. To a lot of people, Feng Shui it's maybe a faddy type thing. Forgive me to the Feng Shui practitioners, but that's how some people view it. I don't, by the way. I'm finding it really useful. So one of the things that it's talking about is think about how your desk is set up, think about how your office is set up, think about where the energies are coming from. Taking a bin out when you finish work in a day, that is one of the ones which they're saying actually is a good practice. Keeping a clear desk, making sure that when you finish a day, your desk is clear so that you can come in the next day and work. That minimises distractions when you first get going. The other thing about minimising distractions is to try and keep your desktop, as in your Mac screen or your PC screens, okay? Make sure that you have all of those open, okay? But also very, very clear. The fifth area is physical well-being. Physical well-being is looking at how you enjoy your life. giving yourself not only time for downtime, which I mentioned earlier on, but also time for eating properly, thinking about your diet, thinking about maybe some exercise that you do. Okay, those sort of things are really, really important for you. And also sleep. How much sleep do you need? If you look at these devices now, it's a Garmin, which I absolutely love. Um, this actually gives me an indication as to how much sleep I need at a particular time. If I've been exercising hard, then it picks up that maybe I need a bit more sleep, which is fine. Okay, I just need to give that to myself. And similarly, understand what the effect of food is on you. The great people who think about food suggest we don't eat after about 7 o'clock in the evening, so that we give our digestive system a chance to get rid of that stuff before we, or get it through the system before we go to sleep. There's a lot written about sleep, and that could be a maybe another seminar that I run later on. The sixth area is about being prepared, being psychologically and positively prepared. Okay, so for all those wonderful people who completed the London Marathon yesterday, congratulations, absolutely fantastic. However, I bet you probably started out thinking, okay, I'm entered in the London Marathon and I'm going to do this, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to have a positive mindset, I'm going to have an outcome. And this is exactly what the psychological preparedness is about. So if we think about that, and if we think about how potentially we can apply that to what we do in a day, if we think that today is going to be a success in what we're going to do, and then set the tasks and set the agendas for the day, then we're going to stand a greater chance of success, and that's going to encourage us to improve resilience. So we've got the 6 areas to think about, and I'll be posting about this in about 10 minutes time, okay, so you can download these. So number 1 is identify peak hours. Number 2 is prioritize critical tasks. Number 3 is about structured breaks. Number 4 is about minimizing distractions. Number 5 is about physical well-being. Number 6 is about being psychologically prepared. Okay, so they're the elements of the peak performance put together, and that is the 7 minutes. So absolutely fantastic. Thank you for checking in with me this morning. I am not going to be running one next week or the week after. Just a little experiment. But yeah, I've really enjoyed pulling these together for the last 4 weeks. Be interested to know what you think. Please let us know. And have a great day today.